The hegemony capital world of Centrum was known for its peaceful skies. The planet's defense systems were considered the strongest in the galaxy, making direct attack impossible. No enemy had ever reached its atmosphere. Until today. The sky above the Grand Hegemony Council building suddenly filled with ships. Hundreds of them appeared at once, dropping out of hyperspace in perfect formation. At the center was Admiral Ryan's flagship, the Defender *, flanked by the Remembrance *, and dozens of vessels from the ancient First Fleet, their powerful engines glowing with energy. Inside the council chamber, alarms blared as the elders rushed to understand what was happening. How did they get past our defenses? The head elder demanded. The answer came from their own systems. Unknown technology detected. Our scanners did not register their approach. On the Defender's bridge, Admiral Ryan stood tall. "Open a channel to all hegemony worlds and ships," he ordered. Not just their leaders. Everyone. Across thousands of planets and stations throughout hegemony space, regular broadcasts were suddenly interrupted. Screens showed the human admiral standing before the massive human fleet. "People of the hegemony," Admiral Ryan began, his voice calm but powerful. "I am Admiral Paul Ryan of Earth. Yes, Earth, the world your leaders tried to erase from history." In the council chamber, the elders watched in stunned silence. "The Hegemony Council has systematically deleted all records of our homeworld," the Admiral continued. "They plan to scatter our people across the galaxy, breaking apart our families and communities. They believe that by erasing our past, they could control our future." He paused, then his voice grew stronger. They were wrong. Behind him, a large display activated, showing a beautiful blue-green planet, Earth, in all its glory. The image was transmitted to every corner of the hegemony. "This is Earth. These are its coordinates." Numbers appeared on the screen. "This is our history." Images flash showing human achievements, struggles, and triumphs. "We will not be erased. We will not be forgotten. And we will not allow our people to be divided." On hundreds of human colonies, people watched with tears in their eyes as their homeworld, many seeing it for the first time, appeared on screens. Children asked their parents, "Is that really where we came from?" And parents answered, "Yes, that's Earth, our home." Admiral Ryan's voice softened slightly. "We do not seek war. We have been loyal members of the hegemony for centuries. But we will not surrender our identity or our right to exist as a united people." He looked directly into the camera. "Today, we announce the formation of the Earth Remembrance Alliance, an independent federation of human worlds and ships. We withdraw from hegemony control, but offer friendship and trade to all who respect our sovereignty." In the council chamber, Elder Zorak turned to his fellow elders. "You see, this could have been avoided if we had sought cooperation instead of control." The head elder stood, his face showing his fury. "This is rebellion. We will crush them with our full might." But a strange thing was happening throughout the hegemony. On 1,000 worlds, citizens of other species were watching the broadcast. Many were learning for the first time what their leaders had done, the attempted erasure of an entire world's history, and many found themselves troubled by it. Communication channels across the hegemony filled with questions and concerns. If humans could be erased, who else might be next? On the Remembrance *, Nathan and Captain Winters watched from the observation deck as Earth's image shone brightly on displays throughout the fleet. "Do you think they'll attack?" Nathan asked quietly. Captain Winters shook her head. "Look at their ships. They haven't moved into battle positions. They're talking among themselves now, questioning." She was right. The hegemony faced not just a human armada, but a crisis of trust among its own people. In the end, the council had no choice. Facing pressure from both humans and their own citizens, they agreed to negotiations. The Earth Remembrance Alliance would be recognized. Humans would remain united. As the diplomatic talks began, Nathan stood before a star map on the Remembrance *. With careful hands, he restored Earth to its rightful place, its name glowing bright and clear among the countless stars. "They tried to erase you," he whispered, "but we remembered." The hegemony's response to the human rebellions was swift and severe. Massive peacekeeping fleets moved toward the colonies that had declared independence. Their message was simple: return to hegemony rule or face destruction. In the darkness of space, far from any star system, Admiral Ryan watched his tactical display with satisfaction. The green dots representing human vessels had grown from dozens to hundreds as ships continued to arrive at the rendezvous point. "The * Remembrance * has just arrived, sir," his aide reported. "Bring Captain Winters to the command deck immediately," the admiral ordered. When Captain Winters entered, Admiral Ryan greeted her with respect. "Your warning saved us all," he said. "Without it, our ships would still be scattered across hegemony space." "The warning came from many brave people," she replied. "But now we need more than warnings. We need a way to fight back." She signaled, and Nathan Hill entered, carrying the secure data core. This contains the complete technical specifications for Earth's most advanced defense systems, technology we were supposed to surrender when we joined the hegemony. Admiral Ryan's eyes widened. "The Sentinel Shield, the Hammer Array. I thought those were just stories." "They're real," Nathan confirmed, "and we have the blueprints for all of them." The admiral turned to his chief engineer. "How quickly can we upgrade our ships with this technology?" "With enough teams working around the clock, maybe 2 weeks for the essential systems," the engineer replied after studying the data. "You have 1 week," Admiral Ryan said firmly. The hegemony won't wait. As engineers worked feverishly to upgrade the fleet, Nathan made an unexpected discovery while reviewing the * Remembrance's * historical archives. "Captain, Admiral, you need to see this," he said excitedly, calling them to the ship's data center. He showed them an old star chart marked with a location at the edge of explored space. According to these records, when humans first began exploring beyond our solar system, we built a massive shipyard here, a place to construct vessels that could travel further than ever before. "I've never heard of this," Admiral Ryan said with surprise. "Few people have," Nathan explained. "When we joined the hegemony, we were required to disclose all our military installations. This shipyard was kept secret, officially listed as abandoned." Captain Winters leaned closer to the chart. "Are you saying it might still be there, after all these centuries?" Nathan nodded. "Not just there, but possibly still operational. The records indicate it was designed to function autonomously, with robotic maintenance systems, and it contains something important." He pulled up an image that made both officers gasp. Dozens of massive warships in neat rows, stored in suspended animation, waiting. "The First Fleet," Admiral Ryan whispered. "The ships that carried humans to the stars before the hegemony contact." "Ships the hegemony never knew existed," Nathan added, "and ships equipped with pre-hegemony weapons that were never surrendered." The decision was made instantly. A small, fast vessel was dispatched to the coordinates of the hidden shipyard. If Nathan was right, humanity's strength would be far greater than even they had imagined. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, the hegemony fleets arrived at rebellious human colonies, expecting quick surrender. Instead, they found empty space. The colonies had been evacuated, with only automated messages left behind. "We will not be erased." On Hegemony Central Station, the Council gathered in emergency session. The head of intelligence delivered the alarming news. "The human vessels we've been tracking, they're just a fraction of their total force. We're detecting hundreds of ships gathering in Sector 7, far more than our records show should exist." Elder Zorek spoke quietly but clearly. "I warned you. You cannot erase a people's history without consequences. You have awakened something ancient and powerful." "What are they planning?" demanded the head elder. "Unknown," came the reply. "But whatever it is, it will happen soon." In the vastness of space, Humanity's hidden armada grew stronger by the hour. The ships from the Remembrance had brought not just weapons, but also hope. Earth might have been erased from official records, but its children remembered, and they were coming home. The Grand Council chamber of the hegemony was an impressive sight. Tall pillars reached toward a ceiling painted with scenes of galactic harmony. Representatives from 27 alien species sat in curved rows, facing the 7 elders who ruled them all. Liana Martinez kept her head down as she arranged documents for the meeting. As a junior administrator, she was meant to be invisible, which made her the perfect spy. Elder Zorak, the oldest member of the council, looked troubled as he studied the reports before him. "The human vessels are changing position," he announced to the room. "Many have left their assigned stations." Another elder, with blue-scaled skin, leaned forward. "How many?" "At least 30 ships so far," replied the head of Hegemony Intelligence. "But we're having trouble tracking them. They seem to be using unfamiliar movement patterns." Murmurs filled the chamber. Liana listened carefully while pretending to organize her files. "This is exactly what I warned about," Elder Zorak said. "By attempting to erase their history, we've made them suspicious. Now they're acting unpredictably." "The plan is working as intended," countered another elder. "Human colonies are divided on how to respond. Many still trust the hegemony and believe the data loss was accidental." "For now," Elder Zorak said grimly. "But each day more humans learn the truth." The head elder raised a hand for silence. "What do you suggest, Zorak?" "We cannot allow humans to maintain their rate of expansion. Their ambition threatens the stability of our entire system." "We should have approached them openly," Zorak replied. "Negotiated limits rather than attempted this deception." "It's too late for that," the head elder decided. "We must proceed to the final phase." Liana felt her heart beat faster. The final phase. She needed to hear this. "All autonomous human military units will be dissolved," the head elder announced. "Their personnel will be redistributed throughout hegemony forces. No human battle group will remain intact." But that wasn't all. Furthermore, human population centers will be gradually dispersed. No colony will maintain more than 10% human population. Their cultural practices will be restricted to private dwellings only. Elder Zorak shook his head. "You're talking about the end of human society as it exists." "We're talking about preserving the hegemony," the head elder replied coldly. "For 10,000 years, we have maintained balance among species. Humans have been part of our community for merely 3 centuries, and already they threaten to upend everything." The vote was taken. 6-1 in favor of the final phase. Only Elder Zorak opposed it. As the meeting ended, Liana slipped away. In a private maintenance corridor, she quickly sent a message through FableNet. "Final phase approved. Dissolution of all human military units. Forced dispersal of colonies. Implementation begins in 3 standard days." Across the galaxy, the message spread like wildfire. Human colonies that had been hesitant now saw the full threat clearly. This wasn't about erasing history anymore. It was about erasing humans themselves as a united people. On 12 major human settlements, colonial leaders gathered their people and made the same announcement. They rejected hegemony authority. They would not surrender their homes, their families, or their identities. The colony of New Terra was the first to declare independence. Their leader, Governor Frank Harlow, stood before thousands of people in the central plaza. "For generations, we've been loyal members of the hegemony," he told them. "We've followed their rules, paid their taxes, served in their patrols. And now they seek to scatter us among the stars, to break apart our families, to make us forget who we are and where we came from." He raised his hand high. "We will not forget Earth. We will not be erased." The crowd roared in response, the sound echoing through the colony dome. Within hours, similar declarations rang out across human settlements. The hegemony's plan to quietly subdue humanity had backfired. Instead of submission, they faced rebellion. In her quarters on Hegemony Central Station, Lyanna listened to the reports with a mixture of fear and hope. There was no turning back now. The storm had begun. Admiral Paul Ryan stood by the large window of his command ship, the Defender *. Stars stretched endlessly before him. His gray hair and lined face showed his years of service, but his eyes remained sharp and alert. "Sir, the messenger from the Remembrance * has arrived," his aide announced. The Admiral nodded. "Bring them to my private quarters. No recordings." When the messenger entered, Admiral Ryan was surprised to see how young she was. "You traveled a long way through dangerous territory," he said. "The message I carry is worth the risk," she replied. Then she began to speak, sharing everything about the Hegemony's plan to erase Earth and break apart human unity. As she spoke, the Admiral's expression grew darker. When she finished, he was silent for a long moment. "I suspected something was happening," he finally said. "Strange orders, unusual ship movements. But this," he shook his head, "this is beyond what I imagined." He walked to a hidden panel in the wall and pressed his hand against it. A secret compartment opened, revealing a small data device. "The Hegemony thinks they know the size and strength of our fleet," he said. "They don't." He activated the device, showing a star map with dozens of green dots scattered across it. "Each green dot represents human military vessels that officially don't exist," he explained. "Ships built in secret, registered under false designations, or listed as decommissioned, but still very much operational." The messenger stared at the map in amazement. "There are so many." Admiral Ryan nodded. "For generations, human military leaders have prepared for the possibility that the Hegemony might turn against us. We've built our strength quietly, patiently." He turned off the device. "Now it's time to bring them together." Over the next few days, Admiral Ryan sent coded messages through Kate's FableNet system. Across the galaxy, human ships received strange stories about a shepherd calling his scattered flock home. On a mining outpost near the galactic rim, Captain Jack Gordon read the message and immediately ordered his crew to prepare for departure. His ship, officially registered as a cargo hauler, quickly revealed its true nature as weapon ports opened and military engines powered up. In the diplomatic sector, Commander Lisa Reeves excused her vessel from a ceremonial patrol, citing mechanical problems. Her ship disappeared from Hegemony tracking systems minutes later. One by one, human military vessels across the galaxy disengaged from their assigned duties. They changed identification codes, altered their engine signatures, and followed carefully planned escape routes toward predetermined coordinates. On the Remembrance *, Captain Winters received confirmation that Admiral Ryan had gotten their message. "The fleet is mobilizing," she told her officers. "Now we need to deliver the second part of our plan." She turned to Nathan. "Tell me again about the restricted section of our archives." Nathan nodded eagerly. "When Earth joined the Hegemony, we were required to surrender all advanced weapons technology. But our ship carries complete schematics for Earth's most powerful defense systems, technology the Hegemony never knew existed, technology we claimed was destroyed," Captain Winters added, "but was actually hidden here, waiting for a time of need." In the engineering section, Kate examined the ancient schematics with wonder. "These weapon designs are incredible," she said. "With these, our ships would be faster and more powerful than anything the Hegemony has. Can you adapt them to our current fleet?" the captain asked. Kate's eyes lit up with the challenge. "Give me 2 weeks." As human ships secretly converged across the galaxy, Admiral Ryan prepared his own vessel to join them. He looked once more at the star map, at the growing cluster of green dots representing humanity's hidden strength. "They tried to make us forget where we came from," he said quietly. "Instead, they reminded us of who we are." The Hegemony had awakened something they never expected, a human armada, united by the very history they had tried to erase. And that armada was gathering. The small colony of New Hope was known for its peaceful community and beautiful cultural center. Children played in the gardens while adults gathered to share stories and art. No one expected trouble. The hegemony ships arrived without warning. 4 large vessels appeared in the sky, and soon after, armed enforcers marched toward the cultural center. "This facility is suspected of housing illegal historical data," announced the lead enforcer, a tall alien with gray skin. "By order of the Hegemony Council, we will search these premises." Sam Wilson, the center's director, stood in their path. "This is a place of art and culture, not a data storage facility. You have no right." He never finished his sentence. The enforcer pushed him aside and signaled his team to enter. Inside, they tore through displays of paintings, sculptures, and tapestries, the very artworks that secretly contained encoded information about Earth. The colonists watched in horror as their treasures were destroyed. When people began to protest, the enforcers responded with force. Weapons were fired. Screams filled the air. By the time it was over, 12 colonists lay dead or injured on the ground. News of the New Hope incident spread quickly through the human networks. On the *Remembrance*, Captain Winters received the report with grim determination. "It started," she told Nathan. "The hegemony is actively hunting for our history keepers." Nathan's face showed his anger. New Hope was peaceful. There were children there. "They crossed a line," the captain agreed. "And they've just given us something important." "What's that?" Nathan asked. "A rallying point," she replied. "Until now, many humans didn't believe the threat was real. After New Hope, they'll understand what we're facing." In the engineering section of the *Remembrance*, Kate Donovan worked late into the night. The ship's brilliantly inventive engineer had been tasked with creating a new communication system, one the hegemony couldn't detect. "I think I've got it," she told Captain Winters the next morning. "It's based on old Earth folk tales." Kate showed them a simple device. The messages appear to be normal stories about mythical creatures. But certain words, when arranged properly, contain hidden instructions. "Will it work across the galaxy?" the captain asked. Kate nodded. "As long as both sides have the decoder key." And the key itself looks like a children's toy, a simple puzzle that the hegemony would never suspect. Captain Winters smiled for the first time in days. "Begin production immediately." Within weeks, Kate's communication system, nicknamed FableNet, spread throughout human colonies. Messages disguised as innocent stories carried vital information about the growing resistance. On a space station near the hegemony border, a group of human military officers gathered in secret. They had all received the same message through FableNet. "The attack on New Hope changes everything," said Commander Pete Mason. "Those were civilians, our people." "The *Remembrance* is right," agreed another officer. "This is just the beginning. The hegemony won't stop until they've erased every trace of our identity." "What can we do?" asked a young lieutenant. "We're bound by treaty. Our ships are scattered across hegemony space, always under their watch." Commander Mason's eyes narrowed. "Not all of our ships, and not all of our capabilities are known to the hegemony." He activated a secure display. "We've maintained contact with Admiral Rand's fleet. They're waiting for our signal." Back on the *Remembrance*, Captain Winters prepared for the most dangerous part of their plan. 2 small shuttles would leave the ship, one heading for Admiral Rand's fleet, the other for the nearest human military outpost. "The messengers know the risk," Nathan told her as they watched the shuttles prepare for departure. "They've memorized everything. Even if they're captured, there are no physical records to find." Captain Winters nodded. "Once Admiral Ryan understands what's happening, everything changes. The hegemony thinks they've crippled us by erasing our past. They don't realize they've just awakened a sleeping giant." As the shuttles launched into the darkness of space, the crew of the *Remembrance* watched in silence. The first shot had been fired at New Hope. Now, humanity would answer. The science lab on the *Remembrance* was normally quiet, but today it buzzed with activity. Lieutenant Nathan Hill watched as Greg Patterson, the ship's lead scientist, worked with intense focus at his station. "You're saying we can hide information in art?" Nathan asked. Greg nodded without looking up. "Not just any art. These patterns look like normal decorations to the eye, but they contain coded data." On the screen in front of them, a beautiful tapestry design slowly formed. To anyone else, it would look like a simple pattern of Earth landscapes, but Nathan knew better. Hidden in the colors and shapes were the exact coordinates of Earth, its history, and even images of famous landmarks. "The Hegemony's scanning systems won't detect anything unusual," Greg explained. "They'll just see pretty human art." Captain Winters examined the design. "How many can you make?" "Hundreds," Greg replied. "We can put them on clothing, wall hangings, even jewelry. Every human colony could have these without raising suspicion." "Start production immediately," the captain ordered, "and begin training our memory keepers." In another part of the ship, 30 volunteers sat in a classroom. These were the first memory keepers, people who would memorize different pieces of Earth's history and coordinates. If digital records could be erased, human memory would become their most secure database. "Each of you will learn something different," the instructor explained. "Some will memorize star charts leading to Earth. Others will learn key historical events. Together, you'll keep Earth's memory alive." Meanwhile, in the communications room, Ben Lucas maintained regular contact with their mysterious ally, Sunflower. "She sent us more information," Ben told Nathan when he arrived. "The Hegemony Council meeting transcripts. It's worse than we thought." Nathan read the text on the screen. "The human expansion rate exceeds all projections. Their colonies grow faster than any species in Hegemony history. Their military strength, while officially limited by treaty, is suspected to be significantly larger. The Council votes unanimously. Human identity must be fragmented before they become a threat to galactic stability. Phase 1 of Operation Disconnect will remove all references to their homeworld from public records." "They're afraid of us," Nathan said, surprised. "They should be," Captain Winters replied as she entered the room. "Humanity has always adapted faster than other species. We build, expand, and innovate in ways they find unpredictable." She studied the transcript. "But erasing Earth won't stop us. It will only make us angry." On Hegemony Central Station, Liana Martinez walked through the grand hallways with her head down. She had just attended a council session as a junior record keeper, and what she had heard chilled her. Phase 2 approval expected next week. She typed secretly to the *remembrance*. They plan to separate human families and redistribute them among different sectors, breaking bloodlines to weaken human connection. She paused, then added, "Council Elder Zorek spoke against the plan. Said erasing history never works, only creates martyrs." He was outvoted. Back on the *remembrance*, Captain Winters called an emergency meeting with her officers. "The Hegemony is moving faster than we anticipated," she told them. "We need to expand our network immediately." She turned to Nathan. "How many memory keepers do we have now?" 50 on this ship," he answered, "and about 200 across other colonies that have joined us." "Not enough," she said firmly. "We need thousands, and we need to reach the human military ships patrolling the border regions." Alan Diaz, the security chief, looked concerned. "The military channels are heavily monitored." "Then we don't use channels," Captain Winters said. "We send people, actual messengers who can't be hacked or monitored." She pointed to the star map. "There's a human defense fleet stationed here, led by Admiral Paul Ryan. He needs to know what's happening." "That's deep in Hegemony space," Nathan warned. "Getting there won't be easy." Captain Winters' expression was determined. "Nothing worth doing ever is. Prepare a shuttle. We're going to light a fire that the Hegemony can't put out." As the meeting ended, Nathan looked at the small Earth photograph he kept in his pocket. The blue planet seemed to shine with hope. The Hegemony had made a critical mistake. They thought erasing Earth would weaken humanity. Instead, It was bringing them together like never before. Captain Winters gathered her most trusted officers in her private quarters. The room was simple but comfortable, with a small table and chairs in the center. Pictures of distant stars and planets decorated the walls. One special photo of Earth hidden among them. "We need to reach other human colonies and ships," she said, quietly. Lieutenant Nathan Hill nodded. "We have the old emergency channels. The hegemony doesn't monitor them closely." "Use them," Captain Winters ordered. "Find out if others have noticed what's happening." For the next 3 days, Nathan sent coded messages to human settlements and vessels across the galaxy. The responses trickled in slowly, each one more alarming than the last. "New Terra Colony reports the same thing," Nathan told the captain on the 4th day. "All references to Earth gone from their systems. Frontier Station 7-2. Added Communications Officer Ben Lucas. And the mining outpost on Rigel I." Captain Winters studied the star map displayed on her wall. Red dots marked each location that had confirmed the erasure of Earth's records. "It's everywhere," she said quietly. "This is no accident." The door chimed, and Security Chief Alan Diaz entered. "Captain, we've detected unusual access patterns in our communication system. Someone has been watching our transmissions." The room fell silent. "Hegemony spies?" asked Nathan. "I don't think so," Alan replied. "The pattern doesn't match their usual methods. This feels different." Captain Winters frowned. "Keep watching. Double encrypt all future messages." On the other side of the galaxy, Liana Martinez sat in her small office on Hegemony Central Station. As a junior records administrator, her job was to organize and file reports. Boring work that no one paid attention to, which made it perfect for what she was really doing. Liana's screen showed the intercepted messages from the *Remembrance*. Her fingers moved quickly as she sorted through them, careful not to trigger the station's security systems. Her heart beat faster as she read. The humans were noticing the erasure sooner than expected. Liana glanced at the door to make sure she was alone, then opened a secure channel. She had made her decision. *Remembrance*. "This is Sunflower," she typed, using the code name she had chosen. "Your suspicions are correct. The erasure is deliberate. Hegemony Council approved Operation Disconnect 3 months ago. Goal is to weaken human unity by removing shared history." She hesitated, then added, "I can help. Reply on this channel if you want more information." Liana sent the message, then quickly erased all traces of it from her system. Back on the *Remembrance*, alarms sounded in the communications room. "Unknown transmission received," Ben reported to Captain Winters, who had rushed to the bridge. "It's on a secure channel we've never used before." "Could be a trap," Alan warned. "Or it could be help," Nathan said. Captain Winters read the message twice. "Sunflower," she whispered. "Someone on the inside." "What should we do?" asked Nathan. The captain's decision was immediate. "Reply. Tell this Sunflower we want to know everything. But be careful, no specific information about our ship or our plans." As Ben prepared the message, Captain Winters turned to Nathan. "We need to move faster. If the hegemony is trying to erase our past, they won't stop there." "What's our next step?" Nathan asked. "We need to preserve what we know," she replied. "Not just in computers, but in people. Start finding volunteers, people willing to become keepers of Earth's memory." Nathan understood. Human records that can't be erased. Captain Winters nodded, her face determined. "The hegemony may control the official history, but they don't control our minds or our voices." As the *Remembrance* continued its journey through the stars, a quiet resistance was beginning. A network of humans who refused to let their homeland be forgotten. And somewhere in the heart of hegemony space, Liana Martinez waited for their reply, knowing she had just changed her life forever. Nathan Hill couldn't believe his eyes. He blinked twice and rubbed his tired face before looking at the screen again. The information was still missing. "This can't be right." He muttered to himself in the quiet archive room of the colony ship *Remembrance*. As a lieutenant responsible for maintaining historical records, Nathan had spent countless hours among these digital archives. But today, something was terribly wrong. Every reference to Earth, humanity's birthplace, had vanished from the galaxy-wide historical database. He tried another search. Nothing. Another keyword. Nothing again. It was as if Earth had never existed. The small room hummed with the sound of the ship's systems as Nathan's heart beat faster. This wasn't a computer error. The deletion was too complete, too thorough. Someone had deliberately erased Earth from history. Nathan stood up so quickly his chair rolled backward and hit the wall. He needed to tell Captain Winters immediately. The corridors of the *Remembrance* were busy with the evening shift change. Nathan nodded to fellow crew members as he rushed past them. The massive colony ship housed over 10,000 humans, most of whom had never set foot on Earth. But they all knew where they came from, or at least they used to. "Lieutenant Hill," said Captain Olivia Winters as Nathan entered the bridge. "You look like you've seen a ghost." "It's worse than that, Captain," Nathan replied, lowering his voice. "Earth is gone." Captain Winters frowned. "Explain yourself, Lieutenant." "Not physically gone, ma'am, but every mention of Earth has been deleted from the galactic records. Its location, its history, even its name in some files. It's all gone." The captain's expression darkened. "Show me." Back in the archive room, Nathan demonstrated the problem. Captain Winters watched in silence as search after search came back empty. "When did you last access Earth's records?" she asked. 3 days ago. Everything was normal then." Captain Winters paced the small room. "This isn't a glitch. This is deliberate." She turned to look out the small window where distant stars shone. "The hegemony," she said quietly. Nathan nodded slowly. The hegemony, the alliance of 27 alien species that reluctantly accepted humans into their ranks 3 centuries ago, had always viewed humanity with suspicion. "But why erase Earth?" Nathan asked. "What do they gain?" "A people without a homeland are easier to control," Captain Winters said. "Without Earth as our anchor, human colonies become just scattered outposts. We lose our unity." She turned back to the terminal. "Are our local archives affected?" Nathan shook his head. "No, ma'am. Our onboard systems are separate from the main galactic network. We still have our records intact." "Good. Keep it that way. Disconnect us from any automatic updates." Captain Winters' voice was firm. "And run a complete backup now." As Nathan worked, Captain Winters made a decision. "We might be one of the last ships with uncorrupted data about Earth. We need to find out if other human vessels or colonies have noticed this erasure." "Should we alert the hegemony authorities about the data loss?" Nathan asked. Captain Winters gave him a long look. "No. If this is their doing, we'd just be showing our hand." She straightened her uniform. "For now, we keep this quiet. I want a full inventory of every bit of Earth data we still have." Nathan nodded, understanding the weight of what was happening. "Yes, Captain." As Captain Winters left the archive room, Nathan turned back to the screen. He pulled up an old image, a blue and green planet against the blackness of space. "Earth, their home. They may erase your name," he whispered to the image, "but we'll remember." Outside, the vast emptiness of space surrounded the *Remembrance* as it continued its journey through the stars, now carrying a secret that would soon change everything.